Hello, everybody. Welcome on into some baseball here on youtube.com/SeanOsaurusRex. My name is Sean, and the Baltimore Orioles are now a more terrifying team for me to face in MLB The Show 26. And this is MLB The Show 11 on the PlayStation 2, commentating 4 games for you today. So sit back and hang out here on this lovely Wednesday evening. We have 4 games for you, like I just said. We have 3 of them that are 4-game sets that we didn't hit the first 3 games. And the other game is the beginning of a 4-game set as we get kind of that funky part of the schedule. We're going to be checking out the Red Sox taking on the Orioles. The Pirates are taking on the Reds. That's the new series. We might check in on that a couple of times because those teams are real close. Yankees, Angels, and Phillies Padres are 4-game sets that are coming to a close. Let's jump in with our first game of the day. I don't know what controller to use. In order from right to left: Xbox 360, PlayStation 2, Xbox Series, Nintendo Switch, PlayStation 5. No one needs that many controllers on their table. I mean, I technically do, kind of, but also, no? Orioles, Red Sox, let's get set here and jump into our first game of the day. I guess, let's see, in the last month, yeah, I think I've used all of these. The only one that I wouldn't have used would have been the 360. I don't remember the last time I played New Vegas. Welcome to the stream, everybody. Hopefully you're doing well, having a good afternoon, or had a good day. Man, it's brutal. It's just so annoying the way that this back end. Like I said, the Orioles are going to be so much more worrying to play. We already have troubles with Baltimore in Baltimore, which is where we're starting today. 14-17 Boston taking on 13-18 Baltimore. These are the 2 teams that are at the bottom of the AL East. It's kind of turned into a 2-team race. The Rays are somewhere in there. I think they were kind of fighting for a playoff spot. Christian Liu is going to lead off for the Boston Red Sox, followed by Justin Smoke. Liu is in center field. Smoke is at first base. Jason Hayward's in right. Carlos Lee in left. Wes Helms at third. Jorge Cantu is the designated hitter. Blake DeWitt at second base. Benji Molina's behind the dish. And Jason Bartlett is the shortstop, largely right-handed. A couple of switch hitters at the top of the lineup, followed by a lefty, but only 2 true lefties in this lineup. With the signing of Pete Alonso, though, the Orioles look to be even more of a difficult challenge for me. They are a team that I already struggle with in MLB The Show and have always struggled with. Barely got past them in the ALCS. I kind of thought I'd lose to them, but we saved our losing for the World Series. Ryan Dempster's 1-5 with an even 9 ERA. 6 games, 15 innings, 23 hits, 5 walks, 8 strikeouts. So giving up a lot of hits so far this season, as we take a look at that Baltimore Orioles starting defensive lineup. Here is the Invisible Man himself, Christian Liu. Doesn't have a photo. I don't know how you pitch to an invisible man. That is rolled over to second base, picked up cleanly and fired to first. That is 1 pitch, 1 swing, 1 out, which we have seen so frequently lately. Those last couple of days specifically have been like, huh? What? Justin Smoke, go Mariners, steps in, 8 RBI on the season. 2 home runs, so 286 average is the number I was looking for there. He'll take a strike. As we have the Boston Red Sox in their navy blue. Orioles wearing their black tops today. It's always interesting because, like, you need that visual when you're listening to. I listened to a bunch of Mariners games on the radio through the Seattle Sports app while I was at work, especially when they were on the road, including a game where they were in Baltimore that had a rain delay. But it's like I gotta visualize it. Commentators gotta tell me they're in their Northwest green tops, white pants. Like, okay, now I know what they're wearing. Previously, I was just thinking about them all in their underwear, and it's like, that's not helpful. 2-1 with 1 gone. That one's rolled over. Second baseman busy. Oh, we got the first one, but bobbled the second one. Smoke. Safe at first. He really. What are we at? I don't know how to spell the word bizarre, apparently. That pitch misses low for a ball. 2-0 with 1 out. Who was the team yesterday? Somebody survived a couple of... Was it Houston? We had some good games yesterday. We had a couple of... We had a walk-off wild pitch, which we had not seen before. And then we had a comeback in the bottom half of the inning. I think. I don't... Now I'm blanking on it. That's a walk, so... Not great. It's an error to a walk that puts 2 on with only 1 gone. It's kind of funny how quickly the games evaporate from my memory. I did yesterday. I recorded the Frank's Red Hot Spicy Gummy Bears taste test, which is up now. I made sure that video was done and like taken care of, as that pitch is in for a strike on the outside. I recorded it. I immediately uploaded it, titled it, descripted it, tagged it, thumbnailed it, scheduled it. So that when the stream was done yesterday at the merciful time, I just shut everything down as quickly as possible. And it's like, I'm going to watch a video. I'm going to watch a video out in the living room for 20 minutes, and I'm going to go to bed. I was so tired. I only slept for 3 hours going into Tuesday. And hey, it was helpful, I will say. Lee gets the strike 3 called on the inside part of the plate. Just gets that inside edge. So we're going to take a look at the slow motion replay. I have it brought up here on YouTube. It's a really quick cut, so it's hard to see exactly where that ball goes, but that's a big out. That should end the inning. But because of the error, the inning continues. It's only out number 2. Wes Helms stepping in, looking good, batting .429. See if the Orioles can survive here. That is high. Got under it. Skies it into right field. Or up the first base line. Yeah, I guess right field would be like into the right field stands. Whatever. That swung on and missed. Oh, and 2. 2 gone. 2 on. The righty readies, fires, and gets the swing and the miss. So Boston works a walk, gets the benefit of an error, but they can't do anything with it. We'll head to the home half. No score. Baltimore's already committed 1 error. John Jacob Jingleheimer Schmidt will lead things off, the designated hitter. Luis Castillo, not that Luis Castillo, is at second. Evan Longoria at third. Rick Ankiel in left. Derek Lee at first. Corey Hart in right. Miguel Montero is the catcher, as Drupal Cabrera is the shortstop. Another one of those names that I have to just... I can't look at it and read it. I gotta close my eyes. As Drupal. Otherwise, I'm like, as Dr. Ubal Cabrera. Not helpful. Lucas Duda is the center fielder. Starting pitcher for the Boston Red Sox, Clay Buck, holds 2-3 with a 3.52 ERA. 6 games with 15.1 innings pitched, 13, 5, and 10 hits, walks, and strikeouts. There's your Boston Red Sox defensive lineup. 13 RBI for John J. Jingleheimer Schmidt. Because, and that's an interesting number because I don't think we typically see him in the leadoff spot. So it looks like maybe this middle part of the order for the Orioles is doing something. They're able to flip the lineup, and he's able to cash in some runs. Because it's not like he has a bunch of home runs that are accounting for all the RBI. That pitch misses just low for a ball. That one stays up high for a ball. 2-1. That misses outside. Ball number 3. That is foul. Just gets into the stands. If you have watched any of my content previously, like any of the MLB The Show seasons, you know how much I despise playing this team and despise playing this team in this stadium. Unfortunately for us, we get 4 games against them. I think it's early. I want to say it's in May. And we have an interesting schedule right off the rip as well. So we'll look up the Seattle Mariners 2026 schedule, which I've looked up several times before. Because it's Cleveland and then New York. So I'm curious about that. April later. May. Okay, well, I was wrong on that one. And versus Mets at Detroit. It is June 8th through the 11th. A 4-game set. That is rolled over. There's out number 1 in time for out number 2, and that is a double play. So the walk that they work immediately erased, and it'll bring up Evan Longoria. And with the addition of Pete Alonso, which I can't avoid, if this trade happened later, maybe you just kind of go, whoops, I didn't get the right rosters. But this one's too early. They're going to have Pete Alonso on the roster, who I've only had to face a handful of times because of the interleague stuff. So we would have gotten at least 6 games against him. So at most, what would that be, like 18 at-bats or something? This one is out to right field. Does not quite get the wall on the fly, but bounces to the 318 mark. That'll put a runner on second with 2 gone. As Evan Longoria keeps this inning alive with 2 outs. Rick Ankiel. He has a .250 average, 13 RBI. And a good opportunity here with a runner in scoring position. He will punch this out to left. Left fielder takes a peek at it, but nowhere near it. That is a long strike. 0-1, 2 gone here. No score in the bottom of the first if you're just joining us. That one's fouled away, so a couple of aggressive swings there. Alrighty, fires outside for a ball. Good job to hold and be patient there. And I like the pitcher throwing that outside, knowing that the batter was maybe a little aggressive. He will roll over this one. Second baseman scoops and fires over to first. That is out number 3. Pardon me. Baltimore collects a 2-out double, but can't do anything with it. It's no score as we head to the top of the second. And it'll be led off by Jorge Cantu. Kind of sounds like they're saying he can too. Cannot, can too. He'll take that pitch low for a ball. 1-0. Ooh, thought about swinging, and he did not go. That one is the weirdest of the animations. Usually they're pretty normal, but for whatever reason, every once in a while it throws in like they're swinging a lightsaber, and it's just a very bizarre hack at it. The somewhat rare appeal to first base as this is smashed, but foul. Kind of into that corner over there. Two and one pitch is low. Makes it 3-1. That one's fouled away. We're inching ever closer to the All-Star game. All-Star game actually ends up on Christmas, if I haven't mentioned that. So there will be a stream on Christmas. It'll just be very short. This is lined out to center. The center fielder really does not need to move. Reaches his hand up and makes the one-handed grab. Blake DeWitt. His average is under 200. No home runs. Only 3 RBI. No stolen bases for him. One gone. Here's the pitch. It's in for a strike. Definitely caught more of the plate than the pitcher wanted, but an effective pitch is an effective pitch regardless. 0-1. Righty fires. Oh, that rolled over. It looked like it was going to be a fairly routine play, but then the third baseman placed himself behind the bag. It got kind of funky there. So we've seen some bad bounces here and there. I wouldn't be surprised if all of them were against Baltimore. So we play 6 to 7 games against them a year. We get at least 3 here in Camden. And it's misery. It's just misery. I don't know what it is. The game is programmed against me. That is hit well. That is in the corner, and it is gone. A solo home run with 2 outs puts Boston up 1-0 here in the top of the second. That was a similar spot to where they blew up the no-hitter versus the Dodgers in a game that they won. I've been seeing that MLB has been posting like great games or epic games of the 2025 season. That should be one of them. And I would watch that. Also, they should just be running a live stream on their channel constantly of games from last year. What are you doing? It's kind of what they should have done. Probably what they should have done during like Thanksgiving. You're not running it for. You're not running that for money. You're just running it so that people have it on in the background. That is in for a strike. But it would be cool if they could highlight, like, if they took 100 days from opening day or whatever, and just put, like, the top 100 games up or something like that every day. Maybe even spring training. Just something. Just a little something. Here's the right-hander's pitch. It's low for a ball. Because you could put the 18-inning World Series game up there. You could put the 15-inning Divisional Series game up there. That is smacked out to left field. Left fielder has a beat on it. He can't get it, and it's going to be an automatic double as it bounces over the fence. So Boston keeps the inning alive. It'll bring up Christian Liu for his second plate appearance. 0 for 1. He was a one-pitch, one-swing, one-out man the first time. See if he slows down just a little bit. That is foul. There was the walk-off inside the park home run, I think, for San Francisco. Doesn't have to be all walk-offs and crazy stuff. It can be just good back and forth games. They put up a game where it was like, oh, the Dodgers beat the Yankees 18-2. And it's like, why would anyone? That's not interesting. That is swung on and missed. So Liu falls to 0-2 for the day. Misses an opportunity with a runner in scoring position, but Boston gets one via the solo home run, which started me on this tirade. It's 1-0 Boston heading to the home half of the second. Led off by Derek Lee. I don't know why my own feed is behind. Is like extra behind. It's very weird. Lee. I said that kind of like Clementine would in The Walking Dead. Shout out to The Walking Dead. Telltale Walking Dead specifically. That's really the only version I have much experience with. I do have a couple of the Clementine books behind me. Comics or graphic novels or whatever. Yeah, they're actually called graphic novels. Shut up. Zip it. The Astros' utter collapse against Sacramento in late September. Oh, yeah, that's true. Nick Kurt's 4 home run game. That if it weren't for the horrible layout of the Astros Stadium, probably would have been a 5 home run game. So those are a couple good calls. You have the, there was a super wacky, wild, Rockies. Who was that between? Oh, okay. He did not catch that on the fly. For some reason I thought he did, but it is out number 2 at first. It was the Rockies and I have the Rays in my mind, but I don't know. Was it the Pirates? Rockies Pirates, maybe? That's more what I'm thinking of, like crazy back and forth games. I guess that one wasn't really. Rockies Pirates 17-16. Yeah. They gave up 9 runs in the top of the first. They scored 5 in the bottom of the 9th. Let me watch that game. Let me watch that entire game. Put that up. Colorado and Arizona where they combined for 28 runs. Did Colorado have 2 games where they combined? Because 18-17 is like 35. That's not what I want. That's also not what I want. Oh my god. Colorado, Arizona. What'd you say, 28? 28 run game? Ooh, that was unhelpful. Baseball. That one's not helpful. The Rockies get win number 8. Oh, beating Arizona 14-12? No, 6 months ago. Boy, if you were talking about games where teams collapsed, it'd be just a lot of the Arizona Diamondbacks in their bullpen, huh? You could easily come up with 100 cool games to highlight during the offseason. And just put it up for free on YouTube. Like, meet people where they are. the games are already done, but if someone's taking an interest in it, that is rolled over to third base. Fires across, and that would be an out, or will be an out. As we are in the top half of the third inning. Jason Hayward worked a walk. They weren't able to do anything with it. They had an error right before they worked the walk, and that was all they did. Takes a pitch inside for a strike. Oh, and 1. I'm sure somebody's written a list too. That is foul. And the cool thing is you'll never put like a game that the Mariners lose on there, because that would hurt me. That would be not fun for me to watch. 0-2. Ooh, that plunked him. He got walked, then he got plunked right in the cheek. Can't be doing that. I mean, it's a good day for him. He's 0 for 0. He's been walked and he got hit by a pitch. Easy peasy. Hey, buddy, hang out on first. How's that feel? Strike is in on the outside part of the plate. That's that edge of the zone has been generous to the pitchers. Here comes the 0-1. That is rolled foul up the third base line. Here comes the 0-2. I like that pitch. It looked like he was going to try and get him right at the knees. I mean, you're looking for a strikeout or a double play. Even if he gets contact on it, it's not going to be much. It was competitive. I do have him in a bit of an auto swing mode, so I'm surprised that that pitch was in the zone or as competitive as it was. I would have anticipated something, a slider or a curveball that drops in the dirt, trying to get him to go. And they put the runner in motion. It's a good time to do it as that is bounced. Blocked nicely by the catcher. Batter's able to hold back, and it's a runner on second. So that removes the double play potential. It's 1-2. Here comes the righty. Fires, and it's foul. Foul ball. That's outside for a ball. Two and two. That one's upstairs. That's inside, so he will work a walk. Nice at bat, honestly. Like, he swung at the first 4 pitches or so. Fell into an 0-2 count, and it's able to work it all the way back to work the walk. Dempster stares longingly into center field. Alonso to the Orioles was not on my bingo card. It was not on mine either, and now I'm terrified. I have enough reasons. I have enough qualms with the Orioles as is. I don't need help with that. They are already a nightmare for me to face for whatever reason in MLB The Show. They don't need a better hitter. That's, oh God. That 4-game set is going to be so miserable. I mean, good for the Orioles. That's low for a ball. Didn't realize for the Orioles owners, the Orioles were willing to do any big contracts. Maybe they are the real deal. Yeah, I mean, that's where you look at it, and it's Why it's impressive, it's gonna... Wow, what a double play. What a double play. It'll be 1-0 heading to the bottom of the third. That was the complaint about the Orioles last year, was that they didn't shell out the money, even though they said they were going to shell out the money. Then they had a pretty horrible season last year. Cabrera, Asdrubal Cabrera is going to lead things off here for the Orioles, down 1, down to their last chance. Started looking to see if the bullpen door was up. Yeah, I'm tired of being out here. Bring in a reliever. That misses outside for a ball. That one is popped. First baseman comes in. He'll make the grab, and that's out number 1. Much smaller signing, but Mike Yastrzemski to the Braves for a 2-year, $23 million. Oh, interesting. I forgot he was on the Royals. I just watched a card rip video where he was in a Royals uniform. I was like, oh yeah, that happened. I did not realize that he's going to the Braves. He is in, I want to say he's a right fielder. I think the Braves are going to be one of the more interesting teams next year, just because they didn't do anything. They went 0-7. They played the Dodgers and the Padres right off the rip, and it was kind of over before it began. See if they can bounce back. AL East with that Alonso signing is real interesting now. Because now you have 4 teams. Theoretically, you have 4 teams. 2 for sure. I guess you throw 3 for sure with Boston. What can Baltimore do? And then you have Tampa Bay. Just kind of there. The NL East could be interesting if it's Braves, Mets, and Phillies. So that is smacked down to center. Yeah, but good for you, Yastrzemski, for getting a couple years. Is it 2 years? Is it the weird opt-out thing? Not opt-out. No, opt-out. Player choice or team choice. So if you ball out, you could walk away, and then if you don't do so well, you go, hey, I'd like to stick around, please. Mets are falling apart? Yeah, kind of. They lost Alonso. They lost Diaz. Which was a signing I was okay with. I know a lot of people, like, it's easy to hate the Dodgers or whatever. But at least when I was looking at it, they were like, yeah, the article was talking about how, like, yeah, the Dodgers were, like, 22nd in bullpen. I was like, well, at least they went and got somebody that could help them improve in a spot that maybe they're not great at. It kind of felt like Diaz was going to go because they had signed or traded for that other closer. Third-year options. Rolled over to third. That is an out, and that will do it. 1-0 Boston. There are third-year options. Unsure if it's team or player or both. Okay. Well, hopefully he plays well, performs well in Atlanta. Get the opportunity. Take advantage of it, Mr. Yastrzemski. Clay Buchholz is your player of the game. 3 innings, 1 hit, no strikeouts on the day. Helps propel Boston to a 1-0 victory. Molina had the home run. Buchholz improves to 3-3. Ryan Dempster falls all the way to 1-6. And this one, not really on him. He did give up the home run, sure. But also, they only mustered a run. It's not like they lost by 5 or whatever. The Orioles offense just did not really come to play. The two of the bottom teams in the AL East split this 4-game set 2-2. And looks like all the games were at least fairly close. Though Boston did have 3 home runs, so they were kind of long ball or bust, it seems. I don't love that sentence, but here we are. Got my Giants Yastrzemski jersey. I miss him in the Bay. All right. Guardians take out the Tigers to reach 20 wins, 3-0. We have... is it the Spicy Series? Yeah, it's Pirates Reds, baby. This one's fun. Let's get you caught up on the standings just real quick here in the National League Central. Pirates and Reds, they're separated by a game and a half. That's all you need to know. It's exciting that we get a series, a 4-game set that has like some pretty significant implications. That'll be game number 2. While we're loading up and while I'm changing the thumbnail, if you haven't already, please consider giving the video a thumbs up if you're enjoying it. Helps the channel, and it makes me feel good, so there you go. And if you think that you don't want me to feel good, just give it a thumbs up anyway. You know what? If you don't like it, give the video a thumbs up. It makes me feel bad. So let's see. Welcome to Cincinnati. Pirates are 17-13. The Reds are 16-15. So we look up Mike Yastrzemski. And he is... oh, he's 35. Oh, okay. Nicknamed Yaz. We'll get you more information on Mike Yastrzemski after the Pittsburgh Pirates starting lineup. Nick Markakis in right field. Ryan Theriot is the shortstop. Robinson Cano at second. Jose Batista at third. Miguel Olivo is a designated hitter. Alfonso Soriano is out in left. Nick Johnson at first. Crispy Young, Crispy Quick in center. Ivan Rodriguez is behind the dish. He is an outfielder. Okay, it doesn't say. Well, that was an hour ago. Cool. John Lester, the lefty, 1-2, 5.71 ERA, 6 games, 17.1 innings pitched, 18, 11, and 13 hits, walks, and strikeouts. $9 million in 2026, $10 million in 2027. The deal includes a club option worth $7 million for 2028 with a $4 million buyout. Mark Siani got designated, 35. Intriguing second half to his 2025 season after being traded at the deadline. Howard's number saw a significant boost. 14 doubles and 9 homers in 50 games in Kansas City compared to 14 doubles and 8 home runs in his previous 96 in San Francisco. That's from Shanti Sepe Chapuru from MLB.com. We got a 1-1 count here. As we see the Reds for, I think, the third time in the last 4 or 5 days. But they've been playing some interesting series, so that helps out. How many jerseys do you have, Walkoff? 2-1. Here comes the pitch from the lefty. That'll be lined out to left field. That'll get to the out-of-town scoreboard, and it'll be a sliding double. Head first double, I should say. And Ryan Theriot. There we go. There we go. Ryan Theriot. One of our best name improvements between Theriot and Cayespo. Oh, that is an out on the fly. He almost strayed a little too far from second base, but able to get back in time. Lucky that the Reds couldn't fire too quickly over to second base to double him up. That'll bring in Robinson Cano, who hit a home run in the last game that we saw the Pirates play. Immediately after, I was like, I don't think he can get it over the Roberto Clemente wall. And then Robinson Cano said, hey, check this out, idiot. It's almost like I'm a professional baseball player. Ooh, that pitch right at the knees. 0-2, 1 on, 1 out. That pitch stays inside. Good take by Cano. So 1, 2. That one gets all the way to the backstop, and Cano, like, kind of took a swing at that. It was definitely a check swing, but... that'll move the runner 90 feet closer. Cano is going to roll over that. They're going to throw home, and it's going to be safe. Safe at the plate as he dislodges the ball. Cano is going to get to second. So Pittsburgh gets on top early. Jose Bautista, he has a .300 average, just 1 home run, 6 RBI. And he has that pretty unfortunate stash on his face, if we're being honest. Or, just this little part on his lower lip. I don't know why I said stash. I even clicked onto the YouTube back end to see it again. And then realized I was incorrect. Swung on and missed for the strike. Oh and 2. That stays outside for a ball. 1 and 2. See if Pittsburgh can add on here with Cano at second. The pass ball advanced a runner to third, and then the collision allowed Cano to get all the way to second base. That is foul. Jammed him a little bit. But Bautista does a good job to fight the pitch off. And swung on and missed, but it might be a dropped third strike. Bautista got kind of a late break to go to first. It's the second pitch that gets past the catcher. Cano advances to third on the play. And Bautista gets all the way to first. You can see up in that upper right-hand corner, Cano is halfway to 2/3 of the way to third before we even see the yellow dot going from home to first. That'll get dumped into left field. We'll see how aggressive they want to be with Bautista. They'll hold him at third as the throw is in fairly quickly. I think it was out to left field pretty quickly as well. So Pittsburgh 2, Cincinnati nothing here in the top of the first. That is popped and caught behind the plate. Nick Johnson. Cano running to second after the collision was the smartest base running I've ever seen in this game. Yeah. Which is weird because it was coupled with the really annoying decision that they're like, I'm gonna run into the catcher. I have no chance to get there. I understand that it's part of the game, but I cannot imagine being a guy who's like, I'm going to run into this guy who has a bunch of protection on to try and dislodge the ball. Fouled away. Runners on the corners with 2 gone. Pittsburgh's jumped on Cincinnati quickly here, as that one is fouled away. Oh, a big swing and a miss. Johnson's going to want that pitch back. Ooh, it looked like he could have gotten there. Just a good pitch by the pitcher to just pull the string. Yoink. Cincinnati comes up. They give up 3 hits, and they are already down 2. Grady Sizemore will lead off. He is the center fielder. Michael Young is at third. Nelson Rad Cruz in right field. Ty Wigginton's at first. Logan Morrison in left. Daniel Murphy at second. Ryan Spielbor's designated hitter. JP Arancibia at catcher. And Starlin Castro has the shortstop position. Only a few true lefties in this lineup. Everybody else is a righty. Actually, for every one lefty, there are two righties. A very even 6-3 split. Matt Latos, 3-3, a 2.55 ERA. 6 games with 17.2 innings pitched, 14-7, 20 strikeouts, though. Which means that if you take the hits and the walks, 21, he has struck out almost as many. So that's good news if you are a Pittsburgh Pirates fan. Maybe not a great matchup for this Cincinnati Reds lineup with someone that has that many strikeouts. And right on cue, gets ahead with a strike. Right at the letters. 0-1. The righty winds and fires. That one's inside for a ball. That one's fouled back. Fighting off some of these pitches. 1-2 count. That one misses low. 2-2. That is hit well but foul, or at least sounded good coming off the bat. Very early on that one as it goes up the first base line. That is sliced foul the other way. And he'll roll that to the shortstop. Makes a nice sliding catch and a good strong throw over to first. Out number 1. But a long at bat. Michael Young steps in. Shakes his head. You don't ever shake your head at the catcher. And Cincinnati looks pretty swing happy early in this one. And there's the swing happiness again, right to the second baseman. Nice catch, and that'll bring up Nelson Rad Cruz. Nelson Cruz and Robinson Cano would be on the Mariners together for a little bit. They were fun to have back-to-back. It was either it must have been 2017, when I kind of did a season, but not really. Before I started in 2021 doing the franchise 162 game season, I tried in 2017 and then I streamed about half of one in 2020. In both of those years I ended up moving. I've moved a couple times since, but been in a better rhythm of trying to get that going. Season premiere, March 27th. Get excited. I know I am. 2-1 count to Nelson Cruz here. Interesting to see him go with Nelson R. Cruz. That one is hit. Second baseman comes up with it, fires over to first, and that will retire the side. So, score remains 2-0. No hits for the Reds. Young, Rodriguez, and Markakis coming up as the lineup will flip over for Pittsburgh in the top half. 0 stolen bases apparently good enough for 10th in the National League. What stats do you think you're showing? That pitch, ooh, gets the inside part of the zone there. Wow. I guess I just assumed it was so bad it was going to be a ball, but it's 0-1. See if this Reds pitcher can settle down a little bit. He doesn't have to be perfect, but I don't think he can give up much more in the way of runs. If he wants to give his team an opportunity to get back in this one. Holding it at a 2-0 lead feels important. Maybe got to pitch a little bit better than that, though. I do like that selection. He really only has the kind of the luck strike so far. Otherwise, it's been two not super convincing pitches. Here comes the 2-1. Okay, that one's pretty convincing. Though in a dangerous spot because that looked like it was directly over the heart of the plate. Just middle. Got a guy who was willing to take. Lefty readies and fires. The 2-2, that one's in the dirt. It'll get away, but doesn't matter. No one is on base. 3-2. That is hit out to left field. Left fielder takes a look at it. It is gone. Okay, so I said that he needed to keep it at 2-0, and he didn't listen. 100th career home run for Crispy Young, Crispy Quick. Congratulations. It's fun that they put that stat in there. Yvonne. Come on, Sean, get it together. Pronounce all the names perfectly. That is hit well. Oh my goodness, how did the second baseman miss that? Missed a poorly timed jump and maybe about a half step to his left. Means that Ivan Rodriguez is going to put himself on first with that single. Markakis 1-for-1 with a double. He came around to score. So a bad top of the second here for the Reds. That one stays outside. You'd love to say something like, if the Reds can roll a double play, it would feel better, but this game is so bad at double plays. They're going to put the runner in motion. It's going to be rolled to the pitcher, who has no other option but to fire to first. That is out number 1, though realistically should be out number 2. Very weird that the second baseman missed it. Ryan Theriot steps in. But a good job by the Pirates to at least get the runner to second. And now they can maybe try to score him here as the right fielder seems a little lackadaisical grabbing that. He'll fire into home, but late. And he'll go to second, safe. So safe at home, safe at second. Robinson Cano 1-for-1 with a single. As it is now 4-0 with just one out. So that weird jump at second, that maybe could have been out. It did not look like the ball was that high. He was just to the side of it. Cano will splash that one into right field, and we are just going around in circles here. It'll just be a single, but it is a run-scoring single. I feel like I jinxed them on accident. Jose Bautista. Oh, I just kept pronouncing his name wrong. I really wanted to throw the U in there. The lefty winds and fires. That's outside for a ball. 1-0. Batista takes a look at a ball to make it 2-0. That is outside. Ball 3. Strike zone likes to widen just a little bit for the pitchers. See how patient Batista can be. And he'll take a big swing at that. It'll get into the corner in right field. Likely just first to third, and that's exactly what it'll be. It'll be a double for Batista. Cano now at third, and the Pirates continue to threaten runs here in the top half of the second inning. I mean, a nice job. The right fielder wasn't even in the frame. The beautiful 4x3 frame that got kind of stretched and then smushed. They will finally go to the bullpen. Adam Russell comes in. 2 games with a 1-0 record. No saves, ERA, walks, or strikeouts, and he's thrown 1.2 innings pitched. Miguel Olivo will be his first matchup with a couple runners in scoring position. So see what they can do. They are up 5-0, the Pirates are. Oof, not what you want from your bullpen. First pitch, a ball. That one gets a strike at the letters. Makes it 1-1. Righty readies and fires. That one just outside for a ball. 2-1. And that one stays upstairs for a ball. 3-1. So really not what you want out of your bullpen here. Coming in and just not looking great. 3-1 to Olivo with 2 on. And he walks them. Bases are loaded. There is just 1 out here. And he had zeros in a lot of the spots he wants zeros in. ERA and walks. We don't know what the hits are because they don't show us that stat for relievers. So Alfonso Soriano, he gets hit. That's going to score a run. A hit by pitch. Oh my goodness. Nick Johnson coming in with the bases loaded. That is low. So it was a pretty quick walk on that. And it was a very quick hit by pitch. Okay, gets a strike on the outside. One and one. Ooh, wow, got that call. That is a very generous call. Seemed like it was going to be low for ball 2, but it is now 1-2 after the called strike. The righty readies and fires outside. It's going to get past, and they are all going to just dive back. Does even up the count at 2-2. And, whew, boy. Slices foul. 6-0 Pittsburgh. And a swing and a miss. So, finally out number 2 comes. Crispy Young, Crispy Quick hit his 100th home run in today's game. He is 1 for 1 with that solo shot. Oh my goodness. My eyes lit up at that pitch going, oh, good God. Got a lucky break there, and that'll roll over foul. So it is 0-2. Base is still loaded here. Oh, a big swing and a miss. Got him a little auto swingy there. That would look like a fastball that just kept sailing, but the reliever worsens the jam a little bit before he's able to get out of it. Wigington, Morrison, and Murphy coming up. They're down 6-0 as we head to the bottom half of the second inning. Can they do anything? Anything at all to make this game interesting? Of course, I did say that the other day with that Giants-Rockies game, and it got a little funky in the bottom of the third, so... Really? That was a ball? Okay. 1-0. Yeah, that Rockies-Giants game got weirdly tight when it shouldn't have. That's a strike. Can't really argue that one. Swung on and missed. Strike 2. That is rolled over. Third baseman yields to the shortstop, who fires over. Nicely arced throw, and that will be out number 1. So Logan Morrison steps in, a home run, 6 RBI, 1 stolen base. And what can he do down 6? That one... okay. Looked like it was right at the letters. Maybe it was a tick high. I mean... Not must have been. Second baseman just missed the glove. Just missed the glove on the ground there. It gets by, and that'll put a runner on. We don't get any logos. So hope you remember what teams are playing. It's the Pirates and the Reds, just in case you're curious. I believe that's the first hit of the day for the Cincinnati Reds, as Daniel Murphy steps in. Looking good with that .409 batting average. That is a strike on the outside corner. 0-1. That's fouled away. And that misses for a ball. Ready's the 1-2. That one stays high. Really working that outside part of the zone. Hasn't been able to get it competitive enough to either get the swing or to get a call on the outside for strike 3. It's 2-2. Runner on first with 1 out. Tries the inside part of the plate. Good patience here for the Reds. I believe it's Morrison at the plate at the moment. Works the count full with some nice patience. That'll be hit up the middle, so that'll advance the runner around to third. That's not a bad throw in from center field. It's a bit of a slow roller out to center. It's a slow roll out to center and good decisive base running. I think that's the difference in it being safe versus an out. Okay, runners on the corner with just one away. Pitcher maybe sat for a little bit too long while the Pirates offense did a bunch of work to give him a big lead. That is foul. Fair ball. That is foul up the third base line. That is low. Okay, he doesn't really need to be pitching this cutely. I mean, now it's not the home run you want to give up as he swings and misses at it, but I'd like to see him maybe be just a touch more aggressive. JP Arancibia. He'll step in with runners on the corners. 2 gone. I think in some of the earlier at-bats, you might want to see this pitcher not be quite as cute. You saw the pitcher, the batter, Morrison, I believe. He fell down 0-2, and then you just saw him get a little too cute, trying to hit that high corner, trying to hit that low corner outside, trying to change the eye level and the, working east-west. And it's like, just throw a fastball. It's either going to be a 2-run home run, a foul ball. I don't know. Let's see what he wants to do here with an 0-2 count. Just a little passive, nicely blocked by the catcher. Here comes the 1-2. He gets him, jams him inside, and that will be out number 3. So the Reds at least try to make it interesting, but they can't do. They can't come up with a run to cross the plate. They get 2 hits. They still trail 6-0. It'll be Rodriguez, Markakis, and Terriot. Terriot. Ah, crap. I looked at it, and it's just one of those names. Thoreau? Why am I blanking on it? I did it perfectly fine earlier. Now my brain just is. Here we are in the top of the third. Pittsburgh up 6-0. The reliever here for the Reds gets ahead. 0-2 now. So a good start for him. Had a little trouble, issued a walk, and then hit a batter to score a run. But then was able to settle down and pick up a couple of outs without surrendering anything more as the bases were loaded. That pitch inside. Brushes him back a little bit. Here comes the 1-2. That one stays upstairs. Pirates looking pretty strong this game. They are. That is rolled over. And foul. Pirates would need to win 3 of 4 to make a move here in the NL Central. Oh man. As the band screams my thought. Ah, Blue, you're killing me. And works a walk. The previous pitch was really good. Just didn't get the call. That last pitch was too cute, in my opinion, but man, he just missed. Much to the chagrin of that fan, just yelling. It was a very well-timed line, because I kind of sat there just going like, what the hell? How did you... All right. Looks like a strike from our angle, but we are kind of off-center. I think we need to get this umpire out of here. Here comes the 0-1. That is going to be flared out to center. Center fielder runs in and makes the grab. Runner retreats to first, and that will... is that out number 2? 1? All right, hold on. Ryan Terrio. Okay, there we go. I need the first name. It's out number 1. Ryan Terrio. It's the same problem I have with the Minnesota manager, is that old get down for a hit. Oh boy, that was maybe not the time to go for a dive. He will run down and chase it. Throws it in, but it'll be far too late. First baseman cuts it off, and he will score a run. Robinson Cano. Robinson Cano is 2 for 2. He has scored twice. You do not deny Robinson Cano in this game. It is a touchdown deficit. And it's going to be an out, so... He'll still knock in a run, though. It was a run-scoring triple. Cincinnati smartly going for the sure out there. I think if you roll it back one at bat, I think you really don't want that right fielder diving for it. Because that's like the worst case scenario, is that ball gets past him. It's a run-scoring triple. Batista pops that to the catcher. It's 8 runs on 9 hits. Castro, Sizemore, Young coming up in the blowout here. Home half of the third. I mean, stick around. The game could go anywhere. It could be anything. Starlin Castro. I think the Reds were the walk-off wild pitch win yesterday. Because we had them, they were Cubs Reds. They were game number 2 in yesterday's video as well. All of a sudden, it seems like that edge just isn't getting strike calls. Okay. 8-0, and that's a 1-0 count. The Pirates don't need help, umpire. Here comes the 1-1. It is hit out to center. He'll play it on a hop, and that will be a leadoff single for the Cincinnati Reds. Get this very artsy shot. Someone just went to photography school and was like, you just divide it into thirds, and you divide it into thirds, and then you put the action in one of those meeting spots. Ugh. Yuck. The righty fires inside for a ball. That one looked a little bit more like a ball because it did trailed a little more, tailed a little bit more. Here comes the 1-0. That is hit out to right center. Center fielder makes the catch in the alley, and that will be out number 1. Michael Young stepping in 0 for 1. I was correct. I said out number 1 and then immediately was like, that's not right. That could not possibly be right. Okay. That misses low. That one looked a little bit more like a ball than the previous pitch. 2-0 to the righty. One on, one out. That's way inside. Here comes the 3-0. Auto take. There's no way you can swing at a 3-0 pitch in this situation. And he'll work a walk. So 2 on. Again, this pitcher... Oh, he's getting lippy. Oh, is he going to get ejected? Catcher comes out to pull him away. Smacks his butt for good luck. Ejection. So Nelson Rad Cruz steps in. He's over. I don't think we've seen that animation all season long. I do love that ejections are possible in this game. I'm a big fan of that. Okay, buddy, you gotta find the zone here, man. Like, say base hit now. Cincinnati needs a lot more than a base hit. I need those strikes called a little bit more frequently, or need the pitcher to pitch a little more consistently. That is strike 1 right at the letters. 1-1. 1 gone. 2 on. And good sound off the bat, but well foul. Makes it 1-2. God, again, just getting too cute, really trying to jam them. It kind of works because they do get the swing and they do get the contact. It is a foul ball. Swung at that one as well. So Cruz down on strikes. And the Reds down to their final out. Swing timing was normal, but just well under it. 92-mile-an-hour four-seam fastball. Top of the zone probably gets a little more. I talk about that a lot. Where it's maybe it's because it's just how I pitch, right? Stick it in the corners to the best of my ability against the computer. So when it kind of leaks over a little bit, like, oh, shoot, that's not where I wanted that. We'll take a strike. Looked like that looked hittable to me. Again, we are off on that angle. It's not much, but I think it makes pitches look very hittable that are maybe not so hittable. That one stays high. So a good eye there by Sizemore. So I think you see that first pitch, you go, okay, he's going to try to throw it in the zone again. Maybe get a little aggressive, overly aggressive. That one's low. That is hit out to left, and that will do it. So, 8-0 your final here. Pirates over the Reds. And the Pirates with the win. They get within a half game of the NL Central leading Cincinnati Reds. The Astros will have something to say about that as well. And I forget, I think there's another team that's kind of lurking in that reasonable vicinity of like under 3 games. Matt Latos comes up with the win. 3 innings, 3 hits, 2 strikeouts. Kind of a surprisingly low number of strikeouts. He gets the win to improve to 4-3. John Lester falls to 1-3. Young with his second home run of the season and his 100th career home run. 2-4-2. First, second, and third innings for the Pittsburgh Pirates. Okay, hopefully that's the most lopsided and kind of foregone conclusion of a game that we have today. As we will move on to game number 3. It's a 4-game set, finishing up between the Angels and the Yankees. But we'll go and we'll save real quick. Well, as quick as a PlayStation 2 will allow me to. Whoa, 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 whoa. We're save slot 8 people here on this channel. Okay. Okay. Hope everyone's enjoying the stream. Thanks again for hanging out. I appreciate it. Thank you for all the thumbs up on the video. Helps me feel good. Helps the channel out. So I appreciate it. Get back to that. Do this. And we are ready to rock. We'll get a couple of scores for you before we jump into our next game. Where did we leave off? Red Sox Orioles. That was us. Let's see. Wow. Rays 6-1 winners over the Blue Jays, so they make that AL East a little bit closer. Red Sox benefit because they improve with 15 wins. The Rays are the team that I forget about in that division. Like, it's Blue Jays, Yankees, and then like Red Sox and Orioles are kind of toward the bottom, but the Rays are actually right between them. Marlins over the Giants 2-1, and then we watch that 8-0 monstrosity. We will head to Los Angeles. Angels and Yankees set here. Mariners lead the AL West by 4 games. They lost their series to the Oakland Athletics. One swing. They chanted overrated at Vladimir Guerrero, and then Vlad Guerrero said, okay, I'll show you overrated, and then hit a solo home run. His first home run of the season. And Seattle could not muster anything past that. I do need to... I knew it. It took 24 hours, but I knew I turned that heater up too much. I knew it. Yankees are 19-11. The Los Angeles Angels are 14-17. So we welcome you to Los Angeles for this matchup of teams that are, you know, one's going one way, the other's going the other way. The New York Yankees starting lineup has Brandon Phillips, the second baseman, leading off. Marlon Byrd in center. Prince Fielder at first. Hank Blaylock is your designated hitter. Those are your only 2 left-handed hitters. Jason Bay in left, Miguel Tejada at shortstop, Cody Ross in right, Casey Blake at third, and Giovanni Soto, the catcher. So could be a very tough lineup for a left-handed pitcher. Could be a relatively easy lineup for a right-handed pitcher. And it is right-handed pitcher Max Scherzer, 3-1, a 3.32 ERA. 6 games, 19 innings, 11-7, and 19. That is good stuff. 11 hits, 7 walks, 19 strikeouts. Boom, 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 boom. Brandon Phillips, 3.33 average. That is inside for a ball, and that is how things get started for Scherzer and the Angels here in game number 3 of our quadruple header. Goes back to a similar spot, able to find the zone. 1-1. Gets a little contact on this one, but it's out to the right fielder who is able to make the routine play. Marlon Byrd. He has a home run and 8 RBI to go along with that average. I did not catch. I was going to remember the number, and then I very much didn't. Was that 352? Scherzer falls behind this batter as well. 1-0. Shakes off his pitcher, or catcher. Again, throws it for a strike, though. Looked like the catcher wanted that a little more inside, and then seemed to drift over the plate a bit. Swung on and missed for strike 2. Here comes the 1-2. That one misses low. Not a very swing-happy batter here. Just taking what the pitcher's given him. It's a 2-2 count. Shakes his head. Last time he shook his head, he threw a strike. What does he have today? Or this time? Well, it'll get called a strike, but it'll be an out. Rolled over to the third base side. Prince Fielder, 4 home runs, 9 RBI to go along with the 231 average. Only the first of just 2 lefties in this Yankees lineup. It's your 3 and 4 hole hitters. And he falls behind this batter yet again. So 1-0 counts to each of the 3 Yankees here in the top of the first. Gotten contact outs on both of them. Fly out to right and a ground ball. That one misses low and outside. Two and oh. That is in for a strike right at the knees there. Fielder takes a swing at that. It's driven up the first base line, foul. Scherzer readies the 2-2 pitch. It is fielded by the shortstop. He fires over to first in time for out number 3. So Scherzer works a 1-2-3 inning, and that'll bring up the home team for the home half. No score. Cameron Maybin leads off in center field. Casey McGee, I always want to say it's McGee, but it's just McGee. We're learning. We're improving. He's at third base. Adrian Gonzalez at first. Jim Thome, the designated hitter. Ryan Ludwig in left. John Buck, the catcher. Ben Zobrist at right. Felipe Lopez is the shortstop. Ryan Roberts is your Angels' second baseman. They have kind of a similar start to the lineup. It's a right, left, right. A couple of switch hitters in Zobrist and Lopez can make this a little tricky for a right-handed starting pitcher. But we'll see what Jeff Weaver has in store. 5-1, a 5 ERA flat. 6 games, 18 innings, 28-8 hits, walks, and strikeouts. So those strikeout, I mean, you look at the Scherzer numbers and you go, wow, those are really impressive. And you look at these numbers and you go, not quite so much. 20 hits, 8 walks. You're only striking out 8 batters. And of course, we did just see Scherzer get 3 outs via contact, so. Cameron Maybin. A lot of no head shakes. Catcher's not calling what the pitchers want to throw. And that is the 4th consecutive batter between both pitchers now that has started with a 1-0 count. There's the 1-0. It misses low. It seems like he has a little bit of a little arm dangle when he's done pitching. That one stays upstairs. And just gets the top of the zone. Yeah, it definitely seems like he has a little extra dangle in the arm because the catcher gets ready to throw it back, and it seems like that's a little bit more fluid with some of the other pitchers. Here is the 3-1. And that is a strike on the outside. 3-2. Readies and fires. That one well outside, and a good job there to work the walk. That'll put a runner on immediately for the Los Angeles Angels. And did not take the bat off his shoulder. Just looked at every pitch come in and went, no. No. Yeah, sure, strike one, whatever. Strike two, yeah, fine. What's that like? What's it like having patience through an entire at-bat and not going like, just throw me something I can hit? That one stays outside. Every batter we've seen in this game so far has started with a 1-0 count. They're going to put the runner in motion. Pitches a little bit low, and he is out. So a little aggressive. That slide, I mean, it slows the runner down so badly. Because it didn't look like it was a particularly good throw, and it wasn't a great pitch. Kind of the right pitch to go on. It's low in the zone, even out of the zone, because it's a 2-0 count now. That is a strike. Has an Angels batter swung at a pitch yet? I'm not controlling this game. Am I controlling this game? Did I accidentally pick the Angels? That looked so hittable. There it goes. Fouls that pitch off, and I think that's finally the first swing from an Angels batter today. It is 2-2, 1 out. And my goodness, that was what I was worried about. I was worried that he was going to put a good swing on it. He absolutely nukes that into the bullpen. And the aggression to try and get the steal bites them in the behind a little bit. What should be or could be a 2-0 lead is now just a 1-0 lead. As he took that, I mean, that's only the second or third swing we've seen from these guys and made it count. 400 majestic feet. And Adrian Gonzalez will step in. He's a 300 average. 5 home runs, 14 RBI for him. That is a strike. So the first batter to take an 0-1 count, and it's even a little confusing to me. I'll take a look at the replay over here. I guess maybe it got that front knee a little bit. It was close. That one stays outside for a ball. So quickly 1-1. Nobody's gotten ahead 0-2. This is the first pitcher who's gotten a batter ahead or fallen behind a batter 0-1. That one's fouled away. Makes it 1-2. Bit of a bold take there, because that top part of the zone's been a little finicky so far in this one. But it stays just a touch high, according to the umpire, making it 2-2. And that'll be rolled over to the shortstop. Fields it cleanly and fires. Good throw over to first, and that'll be out number 2 for the Angels. Jim Thome. Thome, damn it. All right. Ooh, big swing, and that was that looked like a power swing. Jim Thome was going 900 feet, or he was going to strike. Have a massive strike. He went with massive strike. I mean, that was, my goodness. Good eye on that one. Count is 1-1 with 2 gone here. Thome really swinging. The third baseman makes a nice catch on the run. And that will do it. 1 hit, 1 run. It was a solo home run for the Angels. I'm a little surprised Tucker nor Bellinger signed somewhere today. Yeah, that is surprising as well. I agree with you that it is surprising. I mean, Schwarber was the domino. Schwarber signed. Pete Alonso signed. Big swing and a miss on that. First pitch that Scherzer's thrown in the zone. First pitch. Everything else is missed. So 0-1. Going to be curious to see if that potential second run comes back to haunt the Angels in this one. Not about swinging, he went. I'm a little surprised it was not a strike anyway. But it's 0-2, as he's not able to hold back. That one's inside. Almost gets him on that front elbow, but I think that might have more to do with our angle than anything. Here comes the 1-2. It is fouled away. And how about 44-year-old Phillip Rivers signing to the Colts and might start on Sunday against the Seahawks? Okay. Just missed that one a touch high as well. And takes strike 3 looking. Throws him with the fastball low in the zone. I like the pitch location there. Four seam at 94 didn't break, but just kind of fooled him with the eyes. Or eye level. I can't imagine that those, the Tucker Bellinger signings, I can't imagine that they're that far off, though. Or that long off. What are the words that I'm trying to say? Scherzer winds and fires that one outside, so this Yankees batter gets ahead 1-0 like the other, like 3 of the previous 4. You have any updates? That is hit well but foul. Dodgers Diaz. Schwarber stays in Philly. That is out to right field. And caught. I heard all Rivers did was sign to the practice squad. Do you really think he might play in the actual NFL game? That's crazy if he does. And to start one is even crazier. It just seemed like it was a potential sort of thing. He was doing practice. reps, which, I mean, that's he signed to the practice squad, so it shouldn't be surprising. That is rolled over. Second baseman fields it cleanly and fires to first. That'll be out number 3. So we'll head to the bottom of the second. 1-0 Los Angeles, looking for a little insurance. Ludwig, Buck, and Zobrist coming up for the Angels. Let me see if I can pull up that article that I was looking at. Nope, that's the wrong app. You know what's not going to tell me that? The GameStop app. And it's fouled away. So this is via the Seattle Sports app by Michael Marot? M-A-R-O-T. From, it looks like it's just from the Associated Press. Phillip Rivers wanted one more shot at winning that elusive Super Bowl ring. The 44-year-old, by the way, grandfather, 44-year-old grandfather, and Hall of Fame semifinalist, okay, is coming out of retirement, rejoining the Indianapolis Colts, as that is, in safe at second, and could start. Just hours after the team officials announced they'd signed Rivers to the practice squad, the 8-time Pro Bowler told reporters he's eager to take his first NFL snap since 2020 and hopes to start Sunday's crucial game at Seattle. Something about it excites me, and it's kind of one of those deals. The door opens and you either walk through it, and I find out if you can do it or you run from it, he said. Continuing the quote, "I know there's risk involved, what may or may not happen, but the only way to find out is going for it." End quote. While the exuberant Rivers has never been prone to backing down from a challenge, he's never faced one quite like this. Spent 5 years in Alabama, because that one's foul. He's been coaching the St. Mitchell Catholic High School football team. His mind never strayed from the NFL. It was, what? That's foul? He said he routinely watched the Los Angeles Chargers and Colts, the two teams he played for during his first 17 seasons, and was watching again last weekend when Daniel Jones suffered a season-ending torn right Achilles, as that's rolled over. It'll advance the runner to third and out at first. Daniel Jones suffered in a season-ending torn right Achilles tendon. Brutal. As soon as you hear non-contact, like, I got it, it's over. 36-19 loss to Jacksonville. Rivers said he immediately wondered if the Colts might call. At the time, he was unaware, as were the Colts, that rookie backup Riley Leonard also injured his right knee during the game, creating even more urgency for the team, flailing to keep playoff hopes alive. Then the phone rang. Stein, S-T-E-I-C-H-E-N, Stein, said it was possible Rivers could start Sunday depending on how things go this week. So, that's foul. So it's not just the exuberant Rivers, it's also other people in the organization. Interesting. That one's fouled away. So yeah, looks like there's a little more credence than I realized to him actually starting a game. A 44-year-old grandfather. Back in our MLB world, it is the Angels 1, the Yankees 0. A 1-2 count with the runner on third for Los Angeles, looking for a little insurance here in the bottom of the second. Pitcher winds and fires. He hits him. Seen a couple of hit-by-pitches today. Hits him right on the hip. And he will take his base. Felipe Lopez. 257 average. Home run, 3 RBIs. Couple of stolen bases. The righty is ready. Winds and fires a pitch that is hit foul. I don't think you ever want to hit a batter, but at least it Sets up the double play. That one's fouled off a home plate and makes it 0-2. A couple of different ways to try and get this run home. That one is well inside and low. Kind of a bit of a mess of a pitch, if you ask me. Makes it 1-2. Oh, man. Time that up a little bit better. You're going to put the runner in motion to second. He will be out. That was another one of those perfect funky throws. Let's take a look at the let's take a look at that replay real quick. This throw is actually so bad it's good. As it comes in, the slide starts. And yeah, he's going to catch that ball in him. Let's get a zoom in on this man's butt. Yeah. The ball is caught right there on his belt. Man, those are kind of annoying outs, if I'm being completely honest. But hey, it's a 2011 PlayStation 2 game. What do you expect? 2-2 with now 2 gone. And some aggressive base running from the Angels has cost them already. The solo home run that gave them the 1-0 lead could have been a 2-run home run if they didn't try to steal. Obviously, there's no telling that it goes exactly the same, but theoretically, if it's the same pitch sequence and the same result, now it puts this batter in a funky spot with a 2-2 count and now 2 gone. That'll be looped out to right field, so that'll at least score 1. And depending on the speed, maybe could have scored a second. Either way, there's a runner in scoring position, and the Angels take a 2-0 lead. I'd be a little surprised if they had sent him all the way around, but you never know. Ryan Roberts. So the Angels very easily could have cost themselves 2 runs in this game. 4-0 versus 2-0. Like, 4-0 feels like this game is put away. 2-0, it's just a bloop and a blast, and you're all tied up with the big bad Yankees. With 2 gone, that pitch is fouled away to make it 0-1. The righty readies and fires that well inside. Here comes the 1-1. That is rolled over to the third baseman. They'll stand and fire. Over to first, so... Alright, aggressive base running. I think we can safely say it could be 3-0. Feels like a little bit more of a stretch to say 4-0. It'll be up to Ross, Blake, and Soto, the 7-8-9 hitters, to try and get something going to keep this game alive as we go to the top of the third. And Cody Ross might be a good guy to get that going. A 3.02 average. Couple home runs, 7 RBI. Facing Scherzer. Oh boy. Oh boy. 1 pitch, 1 swing, and the lead is cut in half. Wow. He got all of that one. Puts it into the grass in left field. And it is a 2-1 game. I missed how many majestic feet it was. I don't think it showed for very long. As we take a look at the replay, that is smacked. Out to left. 401 majestic feet. It wasn't up there for too long, but also that was readable. If we're being honest, Sean, if we're being honest. Oh boy. 1 pitch, 1 swing, but this time it's out number 1. So a couple of good pieces of contact against Max Scherzer here. He just has to survive a couple more outs. If he can, I'd see what happens here. That is the first take for a New York Yankee in this inning. Goes for a strike. As they cut into the lead 2-1 with the Ross solo shot. That one's inside for a ball. That'll be rolled over. Foul up the third base line. Just foul. Nice play by the third baseman. Got a hold of it. That one's way too cute as that slides outside for a ball. That one's rolled over. Third base side again. Just foul. So staying alive here with a 2-2 count. And he'll roll over that pitch. Flares it over to first. There's out number 2. So good bounce back for Scherzer on the mound for the Angels. And a nice little flip there to just kind of leave it up in the air a little bit. Let him track it. Catch it. Brandon Phillips, as the lineup flips over, he's 0 for 1 today. Last chance for the Yankees. Down by a run. That one just outside for a ball. 1-0. Common count that we have seen in this game. 1 ball, no strikes. That is in for a strike. Here's the pitch from Scherzer, rolled over to the third baseman, scoops it clean and fires in time to get out number 3. So the Angels probably could have used a little extra insurance, but they're able to survive with just the 2 runs that they did get. Lost a couple of runners on the base paths on stolen base attempts that were almost immediately followed up with hits, either the home run in the first inning or the hit out to right. So the 1 insurance run does come in handy. Makes it 2-0. They do give up that solo shot to Ross, but it's 2-1 Angels. So that makes things in the AL East a little more interesting as the division-leading Yankees cannot secure a win. I think unfortunately for them, they're kind of beating each other up at the moment, with the exception of the Yankees. Casey McGee is your player of the game, 1 for 1 with a home run. He has his second of the year. Ross with his third. Scherzer picks up his 4th win. He's now 4-1. Weaver gets his second loss, now 5-2. And that will do it here in game number 3. Series is tied 2-2. And looks like close games all over the place. I mean, you have the at-bats a little different. The hits actually favor the Angels, but they keep getting thrown out on the base paths. 1 extra home run. Well, it's been surprising. We've seen a couple. That's the second of the 4. The second game 4 that we've seen where the series is tied, and it's very close series either way. All right. What did we... Let's see. White Sox over the Royals, 2-1. And the Twins able to get to 17-14. They are now tied with the Royals for the American League Central lead. They win 6-0 over the Rangers. Brewers beat the Cubs 5-2, which is bad news for the Cubs because of this Reds Pirates. If they could have picked up win number 17, that would have put them right between Pirates and Reds? Oh, the Reds were the team that were behind, not the Pirates. Did I read that wrong or understand that wrong? Yeah, okay. I thought it was the Pirates that were behind, but it's the Reds that are behind. Reds and Cubs 2.5 back. So yeah, I mean either way, it was a good opportunity for the Cubs. All right, where were we? It's the second time I've done that. I apologize. 5-2 Brewers over the Cubs. 2-1 Angels over the Yankees, and we have our last game of the day, so we don't even need to come back to get the scores. It is the Phillies taking on the Padres. Game 4 of this series as well. Seattle and San Francisco, and along with Cleveland, tied number 1, 4 saves. Texas and Oakland, 0. Which is pretty wild. As it continues to be very, very windy here in the inland northwest. Oh, I gotta flip over to fix a thumbnail. Don't download, just... And I have all the thumbnails saved, but thank you. The Philadelphia Phillies are 20-11. The San Diego Padres are 14-18. As we welcome you to Petco Park in San Diego, where this very game studio is located. Shin-Soo Choo is going to get things led off for the Philadelphia Phillies. He is the right fielder. Gregor Blanco is a designated hitter. First baseman Justin Morneau. Catcher Jorge Posada. Center fielder Andres Torres. Ronnie Belliard is the second baseman. Fred Lewis in left. Ramiro, there it is. I don't that name just does not click in my brain. Ramiro Pena is the shortstop. Brandon Inge at third base. 3 switch hitters, 4 lefties, only 2 righties. Mitch Harden 2-4 with an 8.82 ERA. Yikes! 6 games, 16.1 innings pitched, 24, 5, and 13. It's a decent number of strikeouts, but a lot of hits. Shin-Soo Choo. Yeah, it's 29 versus 13. He could cut down those hits a little bit. I mean, he's given up 24 hits in 16 innings. Ooh. He's going to have a tough outing here with all the switch hitters and the lefty lane at the start of the lineup for this Philadelphia Phillies team, who has been one of the better teams in the league, though it's kind of getting a little bit more bunched up. The Rockies and the Phillies have both been kind of far and away the best in their divisions, but they've stumbled as of late. Nice job here by Shin-Soo Choo to take a couple of balls. I don't like that sentence. It's 2-0. Let's see kind of the automatic strike go. 2-1. We have our 4th and final game of the day. And that one is fair up the first base line. Just gets it inside. He is going to try and advance to second, and he will do so successfully on the slide. Though with the way this game can be as far as the hit detection through the leg, that could have been an out. He was a little behind it. And it looked like it could have gotten the feet as he's sliding in. Either way, Shin-Soo Choo with a leadoff double. Love the aggressive base running there as it just snuck in the first base line. That one is rolled up the first base side, foul. Catcher enjoys watching the base runner hustle to first. That one rolled over to the second baseman. He scoops it cleanly and fires to first. Does at least advance the runner to third, so a productive out for the Phillies. Justin Morneau steps in as that is foul up the first baseline. 0-1 with it out. Looking to get on the board early. I'll take that pitch outside. Nice take. That is hit well, but foul.
That's a foul ball.
That's a foul ball. That pitch misses low. Two and two. Right-hander readies and fires. That is punched up the third baseline. That'll stay fair. So it'll be an RBI single with one gone here. 1-0 Phillies. I think the Rockies are getting a little bit of a benefit because the Dodgers and the Padres have not been performing particularly well. The Giants had a good win against the Rockies, but I think they've struggled over the last couple of games, and they didn't perform well against the Guardians. And then you would have the Diamondbacks, who are kind of out of sight, out of mind, if I'm being honest. Let's see. When would we have had the Diamondbacks? We would have had them back on May 3rd, Game 4. That pitch misses. May 3. That would have been when they played the Dodgers. Yeah, and the Diamondbacks were under 500. So, I don't know. Of course, it doesn't help that the NL West is kind of beating up on each other a little bit. Two and one. That one misses low. I say way out. Sounds like Zeke from Bob's Burgers. Hey up! I'm gonna get you. They will check on the runner over at first. Haven't seen much of that lately. They still continue to fail with their pickoff moves, as we have not seen an out. 3 ejections. Not a single successful pickoff. Nice at-bat by the Phillies batter there. That'll bring in Andres Torres. He has a .413 average. A couple home runs, 5 RBI. Swung on and missed. Wanted to be a hero there. But instead it is just strike one. That one is in at the knees for strike 2, so maybe a bit of a tough call there. Here comes the 0-2, fouls it off. At least stays alive. And he will line that into left field. That will score at least 1 as it rolls. They will hold at third. So, an RBI double. The Phillies are up 2-0 with 2 runners in scoring position for Ronnie Belliard. Hit that funky little out point in the Padres Stadium. That one's inside. The batter saw where the pitcher wanted to go, able to get the bat to it and punch it for a double. That's a strike, outside corner. Ooh, right back to the same spot and gets the call. So some well-executed pitchers for the Padres. He went right back to it. They are going to try for the play at home. He is out as he holds on to the ball. I would really rather see them just go back to third. And the umpire kind of knows immediately, because it seemed like that safe call was early when we had the play at the plate earlier, the same contact sort of thing. Feels like you saw the safe before the ball hit the ground or whatever. But an interesting decision there for Philly, who could have, instead of 2 outs with runners on first and second, you have runners on second and third with 2 gone. We saw the Angels cost themselves a couple of potential runs. We'll see if that hurts the Phillies here. It is still 2-0 in the top of the first, so that is a positive. He really likes that left-handed batter's box low quarter pitch. And he's getting the calls. He is hitting that spot effectively. That one misses too low. That is lined out to left field. So, doesn't really come back to bite him, as that would have been out number 3 regardless. Still, Philly picks up 3 hits and scores twice. McCutchen will lead things off for the home half of the first inning. And Andrew McCutchen still playing. He's in center field. Brian Sweeney's the designated hitter. David Wright, excuse me. Thinking about Batman, apparently. David Wright at third base. Justin Upton in right field. Jared Saltalamacchia is the catcher. James Maloney over at first. Bobby Abreu in left. J.J. Hardy at shortstop. Brendan Ryan, your second, or the Padres' second baseman. Jeffrey Wright, a.k.a. Commissioner Gordon in the Batman. Tommy Hanson is a right-handed pitcher, 2.89 ERA in 6 starts, a 4-1 record in with 18.2 innings pitched. Thinking about Jeffrey Wright over here, he was incredible in dispatch, by the way. That game rocks. 18 hits, 8 walks, 17 strikeouts. Andrew McCutchen getting ready to lead things off for us here in the bottom of the first. San Diego already down 2, so we've seen a couple of teams score early in in today's games. He'll roll this over for the 1-pitch, 1 swing, but 1 error. That's the twist I was getting ready. It was going to be the leadoff batter loves a first pitch swing. It's bobbled by the shortstop, and so that will put McCutchen on. 1 pitch, 1 swing, 1 error. Get into the habit of saying that. The righty winds and fires, swings under that one, and it's in for a strike. Oops. Okay. Okay, alright. What are you doing? Yeah. Here comes the 1-1. Shortstop's going to get a second opportunity. Fires to second. We're around to first. And that makes up for the error as they induce the double play. And it actually works. It's that animation right there. Like, you can see how he gets it and then starts. And then the game goes, oh, but the runner's coming in. Okay. And then throws it. So bizarre. Just like that, 2 away. Nice job by the shortstop to Hey, he missed the first one, but he wrangled the second one, all right? What have you done for me lately? Started a double play? Great. 1-0 with 2 gone. That'll get the inside for a strike. That one stays outside for a ball. That one misses low for a ball. Three and one. And will be hit up the third baseline foul. And that misses low and inside for ball 4. Justin Upton, second on the Diamondbacks with 0 stolen bases. I was also second on the Diamondbacks that year with 0 stolen bases. They will check on the runner at first, safe. As the pickoff continues to be completely useless, but they still try it. I don't know how aggressive they're really going to want to be with David Wright. Swung on and missed for strike number 1. Man, the wind. Oh, he got him to swing at the pitch that was well outside of the zone. But that one mercifully was out of play. 0-2. 2 gone here in a funky bottom of the first inning. Upton swings and misses at that one, and that will retire the side. So, San Diego gets the error on the first batter into a double play, then work the walk. Can't do anything with a strikeout. Weird. Ramiro Pena, not a great looking average at just 200, but we'll see what he can do here with a 2-0 lead in the top half of the second. He will roll that one foul up the third base side. Here comes the 0-1. That's outside for a ball. And that one misses low, though. It does catch a lot of the plate. So good thing that one went for a ball for him. 2-1. Here comes the pitch from the righty, and it'll be outside for ball 3. Good patient at bat for the leadoff hitter for the Phillies. And it's going to be hit out to left field, but it'll drop into the glove of the left fielder waiting for it patiently. And there is one gone for the Phillies here in the top half of the second. Brandon Inge will step in. That one's in for a strike. That misses low for a ball. So this pitcher for the Padres is having a little trouble with strike zone consistency. He got ahead of the last batter 0-1, but then immediately went 1-1, 2-1, 3-1. And then got a little bit of the... it was benefited by the aggression that the batters have with a 3-1 count. That pitch stayed inside. It made it 2-1, so... Oh, that was a strike. Whoops, my bad. Was that really a strike? Yeah, whatever. It's 1-2. That one misses low to make it 2-2. Looked a little inside to me, but whatever. And these Philadelphia Phillies have very patient at-bats. Has he taken the bat off his shoulder? We saw this with the Angels in the game against the Yankees as well. We're just like, pitcher, throw it in the zone. Force them to swing. 3-2. I mean, even this has been strike ball, strike ball. That one fouled away.
Foul ball.
That is a strike on the outside part of the plate. Nice location. That's where he has made his bread and butter today. Has been that left-hand box, low corner. I don't think that one was quite as low as some of his other pitches, but still working that portion of the plate and gets the strikeout. So 2 gone here for Shin-Soo Choo, who steps in. Had the leadoff double. Came around to score. Pokes that one foul. 0-1. That one stays high and outside for a ball. I mean, he got the benefit from the swing and the foul ball, but just immediately, like, you can see where he's trying to go. He's trying to change eye levels, work west to east, but just having trouble finding the zone in a consistent manner. 2-1 now. As I was not fooled by that pitch. Because all I need to do is listen for the umpire. That's it. That is a strike to make it 2-2. That is hit well out to center field. Center fielder back near the warning track makes the catch with 1 foot on either surface, and that will retire the side. So 2-0 is the score as we go to the bottom half of the second. Ignore the end first. It's weird that it does that. Jared Saltalamacchia going to lead things off here for the Padres. See what he can do to try and cut into this lead. That pitch is inside. That one just gets the knees, and it is a strike. And fouls that one up the third base line. That'll make it 1-2. Pops that one sky high, and the catcher will wait in fair territory, just in front of the home plate, and that will be out number 1. So James Looney. I kept saying Looney, and I thought I was hearing Loney, so now that I've switched it, I'm saying Loney, but I think I'm hearing Looney. So this guy's up. And it will be a good sound off the bat, but... Oh, wow. Okay, closer to the foul pole than you might have thought. I was waiting for it to come down more toward the middle of the screen, whereas it was farther to the left near that foul pole. Just missed a big swing and gets the strike call there. Little shake of the head to show disagreeance. With a big curve. Got the swing over the top, and that will be a foul ball to stay alive. 0-2. One gone here. That one blocked well by the catcher, but nobody on, so not the biggest deal in the world. 1-2 now. Just getting a little cute. He threw a couple of those curveballs. It'll be a leadoff single for the San Diego Padres. Looking to get something going here down 2-0. That pitch just did not drop where he wanted it to drop. That is foul. Oh my goodness. That was close. So they're getting into a little bit of a swing mode here against this Phillies pitcher. They will try the pickoff. He will be safe. Don't know why he's disappointed in that. There literally has not been an out with a pickoff move all season long. So the count remains 0-1. He got that curveball. Oh my goodness. He's a little under it. That is such... He is playing with fire. We saw it yesterday in one of the games as well. I forget exactly who it was, but they just kept throwing that curve, and it kept by... It might have been the Reds? See if I look at my notes if I remember who it was. Astros? No, might have been Reds Cubs. I think that game had a lot of curveballs on both sides, and it finally bit one of the guys. And it would have bit the Cubs in the back behind because they strike in there because they ended up losing to a walk-off wild pitch. But both of those pitchers were throwing curves that were like, you cannot keep getting away with this. It's a little bit what we're seeing here with the Phillies as that pitch sails inside. The 2-1 is hit to the shortstop. He makes the play and fires over to first. That will be out number 3 and take care of the second inning. We will head to the top of the third. Phillies lead 2-0. And a hat reveals a hat. That's my favorite animation. I love it. I love it so much. They are going to go to the bullpen, the Padres are. It's going to be DJ Carrasco, 11 games, no record, 2 saves with a 2.79 ERA. He's thrown 9.2 innings, 8-5, and I believe, it's walks to strikeouts, okay, so it's the same. This one I don't have as much experience with because, as you know, this game broke me, okay, all right? I tried, and it just didn't work. Nice pitch in for strike 1. That is hit out to right field. Got under it a little bit, and this will be a routine play. So 1 gone. That is ball number 1 as Morneau Readies. Looking at a 2-run lead here with just one gone. Morneau takes that pitch for a strike. I think he might want that one back. Looked pretty over the... Caught a lot of plate. Don't know that it's probably not up in the zone where he wants it, but wouldn't be surprised if that's the best pitch he gets, and I think he overcorrected there. That one stayed up just a little bit more than he probably thought it would. It's 1-2 with the 1 out. That is hit out to the sliding shortstop. He fires. Nice strong throw over to first. That is out number 2. Jorge Posada worked a walk in his first appearance. And he's back up here in the top of the third with 2 gone. This has been a good pitching change for the Padres. That one misses a little low, but no big deal. 1-0. Not a count that we've seen a lot of that count today. That one stays outside for a ball. 2-0. That one looked like it was going to go inside and then just kind of peeled back over the plate. So it can make sense. You can understand, I should say, why Posada would take that for a strike. 2-1 now. As the righty sets and fires that one just inside. 3-1. Posada has not taken the bat off his shoulder. We do see the computer get real aggressive here with the 3-1 count. He holds back. That was a nicely located pitch in that high corner. 3-2. Ooh, he didn't go. I thought he did. A lot of theatrics and drama from the third base umpires. They appeal down. So Posada looked at 7 pitches. I don't think he swung at a single one and worked a walk. Wild. So 1 on with 2 gone. That is hit well, and that is gone. With the trotting animation, the Phillies double the lead, 4-0 with 2 outs. They are 1 check swing call different away from a 2-0 lead versus a 4-0 lead. Or deficit if you're looking at it from the Padres' perspective. Wow. So some insurance runs for Philly in the top of the third. That is launched out to left field, absolutely destroying the frames for some reason. Every once in a while, this game just feels like it's going to give up. It's just like you've run too hard. It's like you're basically a new copy of this. Of course, we do have the thick PS2, so it's been around for a bit. Fred Lewis is over 1. He'll step in, 2 outs and a runner on second. That one stays outside. Ball 1. That is in for a strike on that inside edge. It's been a successful location for both Padres pitchers. That one misses low. 2-1. Another patient Phillies at bat. Oh, just missed. He nailed that location earlier in the Posada at bat. Posada, by the way, who is 0 for 0 with 2 walks. He came around to score on the home run. I mean, so you'd be 0 for 0, 2 walks, a run. I don't remember if the other guy scored, but he I think also was 0 for 0, but he had worked a walk and they got hit by a pitch. He also might have come up a third time, but I don't remember. I mean, he probably did with the fact that it was an 8-0 game. Whereas this is just a 4-0 game. 2 on, 2 outs. They have left this reliever in for a while. Doesn't get the call. That looked like a good pitch to me, but... That is, just so weakly popped. Bad third out, but they score 2 runs, so I don't think you can be too upset about it. 4 runs on 5 hits. San Diego only has the 1 hit. They're going to need Ryan, McCutchen, and Sweeney to come up with something big if they want to try and keep this game going. I don't know why that fade was so weird between the cuts. Oh, it just was a fade. It went more to like, it went fade to black instead of just a crossfade. That's what threw me off. If you're the Phillies pitcher here, you got to try and be a little more aggressive. 1-0 has been such a frequent starting count for these batters. And that will be B. That will be. I wanted to say get in B, and my brain just said, what if we combine them? What if we Gee? We'll go down to Gee on the sidelines. So the Padres start things off right here in the bottom of the third with a hit. They have a large mountain to climb, a 4-run mountain to climb. See what McCutchen can do here. He'll look at a 1-0 count. I guess, you know what? McCutchen didn't look at a 1-0 count. He was a 1 pitch, 1 swing, 1 error guy. That one misses outside. That is surprising. Those kinds of pitches have looked pretty good for both pitchers. It's a 2-0 count. That one missed as well? What in the world? That's to say, just high across the plate and then just dip down. And to us, it looks fine, but it's a 3-0 count. McCutchen with the automatic. Takes no problem. Makes it 3-1. Here comes the 3-1. McCutchen hits that out to center. Center fielder. Oh, maybe could have tried to get that in a little bit quicker. It's good aggressive base running at the bottom of the order for, I believe it was a Seattle Mariner, Ryan. And Ryan Sweeney comes in. Okay, things getting a little bit tight here for Philly. There is nobody out. And that is going to get into right field. They will again go first to third. The throw is late. And the tying run comes to the plate. I think this would be an opportunity for you to go to the bullpen. They won't. David Wright worked a walk. See how patient he wants to be. Nobody gone. Ooh, that's a strike. It looked like it was going to be a ball the whole way, and then just kind of snuck over the inside to get the call. That is hit well out to right center field. The right fielder can't make the play. Oh, and because, I mean, at least he made a good run at it, it's going to just advance the runners to second and third. So it's now 4-2. I mean, the Padres are one swing away from flipping this game completely upside down. Wow. Justin Upton, he is 0 for 1 with a strikeout. There is nobody gone. Oh, man. Center fielder is still running. That was... I wasn't sure. Because of where the right fielder was coming in from, I thought the ball might curve out that way a little bit. Upton got a little too excited. That's out number 1. Philly's still in control here, 4-2, but that pitch misses low, 1-0. The count. Stop me if you've heard that before. It's been all game long for both pitchers. That, oh my goodness. That's unreal. Those are 2 of the most brutal outs you can have. You're not able to advance the runner. I mean, even if you trade 2 outs and like you get out number 1 and it's like deep to right or medium right field or whatever, and both runners advance, and then the same thing happens again. So they are down to their final out. Thought about it, held back. No appeal down to third. It'll be a ball. 1-0 the count. Throw a strike. Now I'm getting mad at the digital pitchers from 15 years ago. That is foul. That's a loud, scary strike. If you're a Phillies fan, 1-1. 2 on, 2 gone. He'll roll this one over. Third baseman comes in, charging, fires to first in time. It is out number 3. Those might be 3 of the most brutal outs we will see all season long. To get out in that manner, a shallow pop to center field, a light pop to the third base side, and roll over. It's a bad sequence of outs regardless of it. It is so much worse with the tying run on second. So that 2-run home run came up huge for the Philadelphia Phillies, who pick up the win 4-2. Padres made it real interesting there in the bottom of the third, but could not get it done. Wow. 2 for 2 and a home run and a double for Andres Torres, as Tommy Hanson picks up his 5th win of the season to improve to 5-1. Rich Harden falls to 2-5. Torres, his 3rd of the year. So the series split 2-2. And again, I mean, the Padres had a significantly better average, but fewer at-bats, but more hits, but fewer home runs. Another tight 4-game series gets split 2 games apiece, and that will do it. Got all caught up on the scores, yeah, because we had the bottom 2 games. And we are all set, sim to date. We are all set to hit the options menu and save this game. Thank you everybody so much for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed. Again, don't forget, if you want more, be sure to subscribe, ring the bell. You'll be notified when I post new videos. And if you enjoyed it, give this video a thumbs up. Appreciate you all hanging out. Appreciate active in chat. Just, I don't know. Just very nice. Very nice having everybody here. So thank you again so much for watching. We will catch you tomorrow for more games of action here on the channel Thursday and Friday, excuse me. And then we'll get back into our regular rhythm. I missed the last Friday's stream, So I made up that stream today, and we'll continue. And we're back on track with that. So now that the save is complete, I will bid you adieu. Thanks again for watching, and we'll catch you tomorrow. Good sports, go baseball. Have a great rest of your night, everybody.